shit up, ayy. If I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems. Wake, shit up, ayy. On my mama, I can't make shit up, ayy. If I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems.
You see it. Woo. The answer's in my grill. You peeped it. Woo. I'm a boy for real. I keep it. On me stay heated. I knock the meat out your Peter. Crack them gates up in Rita. Or should I say jail? JPay, core links, and music by mail.
Yeah.
Time to bring the bass dirt.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems. Wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems.
You see it. Woo. The answer's in my grill. You peeped it. Woo. I'm a boy for real. I keep it. On me stay heated. I knock the meat out your Peter. Crack them gates up in Rita. Or should I say jail? JPay, core links, and music by mail. I started with nothing, ended up with a lot. All my life I've been hustling and clutching choppers and Glocks.
Man, I get it to pop whenever I'm on the block. Never know who'll score when you feed them the rock. 6 in the morning, dreads at my spot. Ball on the floor, team ready to drop. Rum with scotch, I roll one up. Enough in my blunt to levitate like monks. Big boss status ain't made for runts. Exotics online that'll wake shit up.
Hey, yeah, wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems. Wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no
I'm
problems.
off in it. Got a feeler and a heater when I'm off in it. When I'm in it, I'ma need about a soft minute. We can chop it over lunch, maybe talk spinach. Got a plot that we can rock and we walk with it. Get a bag, run it up, then we run it back. Get a pack to the yak, watch how they act. It's a rap when it's wrapped and it's all intact. If I ain't a real boy, what you call that?
Having at it, getting to it. I'm on this juice, same color as transmission fluid. 2 units on my collarbone, but the screen cracked on my iPhone. And these niggas dealing with their hormones. They acting like bitches, they need some tampons. I'm having my riches, I'm sitting on a few tickets, and I lay a nigga out like a napkin.
Hey, yeah, wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems. Wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems.
Everything Gucci in another week. Just put the stash in the 7-3. Me and lil' bro, we don't even speak. Block me on the gram, I ain't even peep. All I ever had was a bunch of love. Pop anybody tryna fuck with cuz. It is what it is, was what it was. Truth really is, we don't give a
Rose
fuck.
gold Rushi rims on my Chevy, the paint wet. Bought a studio with my sound exchange set. I'm a movie hoe, you can find me on the set. Slapping dominoes, shooting dice, talking shit. Excruciating thrive in the trunk of the mob. Mama used to tell me to get me a job. I used to tell my mama, don't you worry, Sahab. One day my pocket's gonna be as fat as the block.
Hey, yeah, wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems. Wake, shit up. Hey, on my mama, I can't make shit up. Hey, if I ain't a real boy, what you call it? I don't think you want no problems.
Hey, man. I don't know why there's so much beef out here, man. Good evening, good afternoon. Whatever time you happen to be listening to this, we just gonna be chilling. If you don't like that kind of music, you probably not gonna like the stream, because we just chilling. It's just crazy, man, to just see, man, even on these type of days, these type of festive days that people still be having so much hatred in their heart. You know, I didn't even know it was a holiday today. When I found out what was about kind of a little bit later last night or later towards the day I found out it was a holiday today, I was like, damn, I'm used to just a schedule, a tight set schedule. You know, you work, put your set your time aside to, you know, getting your little workouts in and doing what you gotta do and all that. If you gotta cook, you gotta cook. But, you know, I'm not really doing nothing today, man. Like, I don't know I don't know if anybody's doing something today, but I hope everybody's having a cool Labor Day, you know, chilling and enjoying your family and all that. It's a real festive day. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Got my headset in and shit. Realist, what's going on with you, bro? Nene, I appreciate you being in here. Salute to you, Queen, all the time. But yeah, man, we just chilling, man. We gonna be chilling today, man. Just some music, man. A little bit of conversation, or just my thoughts on, you know, a little bit of, you know, what's going on and shit. And, you know, just want to make it some good vibes, man. There's so much negativity that, you know, it sucks that people can't get along, you know. But I guess, you know, that would be, you know, getting along just for the sake of getting along and shit. And I wouldn't, you know, people stand on what they stand on. It is what it is, man. But is anybody doing anything today? Chilling with the family, the friends? No, a couple of the homies was about to cook. They about to throw something on the grill, man. So I'm booming out when all that shit get done. I'm sewing up when that shit is done. Shit, you know what I mean? But you know that's how it go. Shit, let me know when that shit done. Shit, I don't really celebrate shit, as you can see. That's why I hopped on here, cause you know normally I'd be working, doing something, you know, handling my business or some shit. And you know, I got some of the greatest godly like rest a person can have, you know. Real rested. You feel me? Real rested, you know what I mean? I got the rest of shit. Just was seeing what was cracking, man. I ain't really doing nothing today. I don't know what's cracking. Realist, what you got going today, man? Shalom, shalom, shalom. From Britain? Brit- UK, right? So UK? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I don't have anything planned. I mean, normally when I come up here, I don't have anything planned at all. It's usually just freestyle, you know, just, you know, little place people kick back, I guess. Yes, yes. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Oh, Nene, man, I rested too much, man. Shit, that's why I got on this shit. You know, it's like the people that are like going live today, they like losing their minds and shit. Like they just like they go live on the same shit. And I was just thinking like, damn, like fuck, like so I'm waiting for the homies to get done with their food and then I want to get my, you know, workout in or whatever the case may be. But it ain't shit else to do in between there. Like shit. Like fuck, I wasn't doing shit Cause everybody like chilling with their families, they loved ones and all that, man. And I appreciate the people that are here listening, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people chilling with their families and shit, man. That's all good. I hear that, Nene. I hear that. It's just like a lot of bullshit, too much bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't come from any particular sector that I know of. I just fire up lives and make videos, I guess. I talk about like a slew of different things. So I don't think that my content particularly hits a certain sector. I don't think it does. Does that? Didi, what's going on, little sis? Appreciate you. Shout out to the UK. I didn't think anybody from the UK checking me out. That's cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how people just find time for all the bullshit. Like that should be crazy. Like y'all, like it's a whole motherfucking like holiday or some shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how people could like still be on that same goofy ass shit. That shit is weird. But then I get it, man. It's the cash apps and it's the the I call it the Coon Awards and shit. People get paid to do all that funny, goofy shit. And for me, that's just this whole like I don't got time for that shit. You got the whole wide web at your fingertips, and you choose to do goofy shit with it. You know what I mean? The beef and all this dumbass shit. It's weird. So I just want to create some good vibes, man. From a sector you no longer claim. I hear that. Meek, what's going on with you? Appreciate you being there, sister. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been from a section like where I was like claiming that shit. I just I guess I just hung out with who was cool, man. Anybody that's cool, like that's what I fuck with. Long as you cool, shit, I fuck with you, man. You show me respect, I show you respect, shit. But yeah, from what I gather, a lot of people be on here even on holidays, and they be doing a lot of shit on here. It like never ends on here. They be on the shit at Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, just talking all kind of shit. I'm like, God damn, that's not really no. So when you do find places, man, where you could kick it at, man, that'd be cool if people could recommend channels and places, where they actually have some great, awesome content and actually are talking about things. Those are the type of channels that I like to be around. I might like to know what's going on too, just to know what the fuck is going on around me. But at the same time, I'm not at all invested in a lot of this shit. A lot of this shit is just weird. It's too weird for me. Selena, I appreciate you being here. happens to the ones that are solid. It does. I mean, it used to be a lot of these YouTube channels though. They used to be like real like humble and shit, man. Like a lot of these channels, man, they had some like humbleness to them. And then out of the blue, it just seemed like they just turned so fucking evil. And then you could feel like the evilness from them. So it's like there's not like a whole lot of places to enjoy YouTube really. Like you should be able to enjoy YouTube. You should be able to hop on here and just chill with your people, you know. But unfortunately, it's sectors, man. It's sections on this shit, you know. Shit sucks. But yeah, I'm let me put my shit on the charger right quick. I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. I have to get a charger.
Dog, I'm hypey. Got my white tee and my stunner on. Gold ones in, I can't go wrong. Go done. Dog, I'm hypey. Got my
Dreams wake up refreshed for seeing another day instead of seeing death. Living for the moment, planning for the future. Early bird get the worm, I'ma cook the rooster. Staying on my grizzy. Sprite was fizzy till I dropped a couple ounces of the sizzy. And now I'm about to Lizzie, but maybe they ain't get it. I switch up my vernacular depending on the visit. I'm all about the physics, gotta go the distance. I gather my expenses and fly across fences. Crossing over borders, guarantee she call me daddy if you introduce your daughter. I'm speaking from the corner, I'm putting shit in order, but never chronologic. I look into my past to create a better product. I'm all about a dollar, but really into love. In order to survive, I gotta stay plugged. I gotta get shot before we declare war on the cops. I'm thinking out the box, staying in my circle. Life is really short. Super Bowl commercial, Green Bay packing, quarterback sacking. Order by the quarter that juice, then I'm pouring that goose. I'm not an alcoholic, sober people call it what you call it. Bitch, I go to college, it's always what I wanted, but really that's my mama. As far as she concerned, I'ma be the next Obama, but I don't wanna be a scapegoat politician, even though a real nigga in office can make a difference. They say ghost, you tripping, but I just fell in love with this music. They talk it, I lose it, I walk it, I prove it. Say I got bars like the jail that got Boosie. Represent my squad like the tats on Gucci.
I have to look for a charger. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Looks like it's should be good. Hopefully y'all can hear me. But yeah, this is tragic to see what the tube is turning into. It's like a cesspool of just, you know, degeneracy and shit, man. Like it's crazy. And I don't know how people could do like those 6 hour streams and shit. Like, man, that 5 hour stream that we had, what was it, last Friday? That shit had me tired as shit. Super tired from that. Shit, I had to recover on that one. I needed a whole day to recover off that one. But I don't ever want that evilness to ever suck me in. That shit's crazy. It look like it take a lot of time to be that evil 24/7. That's just something I ain't got. It's too much energy to be evil. Like you gotta be like that all the time. All the time. I ain't got that type of energy, man. It is though, man. It really is. You just gotta be aware of what they say, surroundings and shit. Shit turns into a zoo sometime, man, and it's like you don't want to get caught in between that. Trust me. If you got people on here that you like and people that you like to support, it's like you if they get into some type of beef or some shit, it starts turning into like some childish ass shit. Like it starts turning into who can you pick, or you have to pick a side or some shit. And that shit is just it's just like childish, man, because like a person on YouTube is naturally, even in life, if somebody's nice to you, you gonna be nice to them, right? That's how that shit works. So if somebody cool with you, fucking with you, supporting your shit, you gonna return the favor. You gonna do the same shit. So it's super unfortunate that some tubers get into it and you get in between in the crossfire and shit. Classic Corporation, what's up with you, bro? Appreciate you being here. Uh, the link is up, man. If anybody want to hop up, it's all good. Other than that, I'm just chilling, man. I probably won't be live for a while, but uh, it sucks, man. It shouldn't even be sides, man. Sides shouldn't even be picked, man. We adult people, we grown people. It should be, it should be some type of maturity. I think it's got to be some type of maturity on here for everybody. You know what I mean? But then, like when people are getting paid, they getting paid. They getting their cash apps, they getting their monetizations and shit. They turn into some other shit, and then people start thinking they above everything and shit like that. So it's like I don't know. As long as that shit don't corrupt me, that's how I feel, man. That too, that too. But if you fuck with people on here, it's always gonna seem like it's gonna be some type of side pick if you fuck with people on here. So if like you supporting people like how I support people out, being their shit, and how y'all support me, now somebody got a problem with me and shit like that, I would never, put any shackles on anybody like that. But then you would be caught in the middle of that shit. Oh, this motherfucker got a problem with him, or this motherfucker got a problem with her, and shit like that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, like people are grown as fuck, man. Some people are even older than me, so I don't feel like people have to come to people and say, "Well, who I'm supporting, man. Support who support you. Fuck with who fuck with you." It's the internet, man. At the end of the day, you really don't know these people like you think you know. So shit is crazy. Yeah, you get it right. Like it's just like nah, man. Like I ain't even, and then you don't want to get caught in between. So you try your best to just like I don't have problems. It's like some people try to make you want to have a problem with the person that they have a problem with. You know what I mean? I'm not saying a specific person. I'm just saying what I see on here. It's like some guppy shit like that. The fish, like the school of fish shit. Like it's that following shit. That shit just be getting me, man. That shit be killing me. It's like, man, you gotta learn how to speak up for yourself, man, and hold your own, man. Like leadership is way more respected in my world, man, than that following shit. And that gang shit, man, that gang shit is what's wrong with this internet shit. You don't see that shit in real life. In real life, a lot of these people antisocial as fuck. That's why they always on this motherfucker. And a lot of the people that, claim they not YouTubers or this ain't their life, it probably do be their life. Real shit. I'm on this shit to have fun and shit like that, but please believe me, if I had some kids, bro, and I had a wife, I would probably delete this channel though, on some real shit. Cause I probably wouldn't have any free time. I would dedicate my time to, my family and shit like that. I'm just saying me. For other people, this might be a getaway for them. For some people that might be with their family a lot. So this might be a cool ass getaway and shit. So they might find certain sections of YouTube where, hey, it's spicy over here. It's cool. Some people are into a lot of that drama because they like the excitement and all that shit. It's nothing wrong with that shit. But the wrong come when kids get involved and the deceased get involved, all that other weirdo ass shit. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go at just that person, go at just that person. It shouldn't involve a person's family or a person's children. Shit. At least my opinion. That's just my opinion on that. Because I don't see that group mentality, gang shit outside. I don't see the group thinking outside. Like people are usually, in their own shit. You know what I mean? When you go to the store by yourself, right? So you're not bringing all the YouTubers that are on your panel to the store with you. So when you get on here, I don't understand that where that shit come from. Oh, I'm this gang, I'm such and such and this and that. Like, bro, you was what, like 50? You was like 50 something? What? Where did this gang shit come from? Only gangs I see is outside, homie. Those are the only gangs I see. Man, for real. I mean, shit. I mean, that too. I mean, you kind of got to be dolo, man. Solo, but you kind of you want to venture out, man. You want to see some YouTube, man. Like you don't want to just be to yourself. I was like that for so many years and shit. It's like it's gotta be some normal people on this motherfucker. It's gotta be some people that ain't talking about skull fucking somebody's dead mom and shit like that. It's gotta be some normal people on this motherfucker that ain't trolling all damn day. You know what I mean? That just knows how to put streams together. You know what I mean? Like it's like the wrong type of people be on this motherfucker 24/7. It's the wrong type of people. It's the motherfuckers always starting shit, always in some type of fucking beef and all that shit. Hold on right quick. Hold on, y'all. I was trying to see if somebody was in the back.
So, so from Britain, what's happening?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, Shalom from Britain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure where I subscribed to you from, but I saw you about. I subscribed, and yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I appreciate it. How you shit, you got like five different names, brother. What's a appropriate name to address you?
The first one.
The first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Ayel.
Yep, yep.
All right, Ayel. Got you, my brother. Appreciate you. Realist, you there, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Let me know how good y'all can hear me because I'm outside, so my shit might be breaking up a little bit, bro.
Oh no, you just a little low, bro. You good?
It's a little low. It's a little low. All right.
Yeah, you good. My bad. I saw y'all hella late. I was just rambling and shit.
I was having some technical difficulties at the same time, so I thought it was my fault, bro.
Oh no, it was probably my shit, man. But yeah, have y'all been listening thus far? Or?
Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying, and I had jumped up here specifically when you touched on the whole motherfuckers picking each other shit. Cause I just had a situation like that happen like this past month, bro. Like,
Hmm.
all right, so two people that I know, right, on this app, going back and forth with each other. Now you cool with both of them, and you ain't trying to get involved in the shit, so you let them do their thing, right? Except one of the individuals, they had like 40 or 50 motherfuckers in their chat ganging up on the other person. With the other person, it was kind of like them and a few other people, but for the most part, they was by themselves. Now, when I seen that, I'm like, I don't feel right being in this chat. I would just sit it out, let them do them. But I feel like I got to make a decision because I feel like if I stay in this chat and you got all these people going up against one, I'm associating with these motherfuckers. So that might make me look away. So I stopped coming around that chat and I went to check on the other person to see how they was doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was still staying out of it. I wasn't saying nothing about the situation. So then the other person noticed I wasn't coming around their chat. So they called themselves like trying to, I don't know if they're trying to confront me or whatever. Like it was like, yo, you know, homie be violating over there. Like, why was you in his chat? I'm like, motherfucker, you was violating, y'all both violating each other. What is y'all talking about? It just so happened that you had the upper hand because you had like 50, 60 motherfuckers in your chat that was helping you in that situation.
Right.
But I just say that to say real quick, like people really be like entitled to other people on here. You know what I'm saying? When the beef is on, I see that no matter what you do, if you ain't getting involved in the shit, even if you're staying out of it, they feel like you at least got to stick around and watch them tear that other person apart. But if they see you near them, they feel like you're
Man, it be like that on here, man. Like it's tough, man. Sometimes like I was just saying, man, like you kinda like start supporting the person that's supporting you and shit like that. It's it get weird like that, man. But you don't have a problem like with the other person that you might be in the middle of it with the other two people. It's just that you might have one that's supporting you more and you just naturally you just go with that shit, man. But it sucks getting in between the crossfire and shit like that, man. It really does. because you really not trying to pick sides, but you just naturally you gravitate to people that fuck with you. You know what I mean? People that's just connecting with you, sharing your shit, interacting with you on a lot of different bases. Look like he dropped off me. You got something to add, Aki? You got something on your mind? Are you
Um,
okay, brother? Hmm.
um, Trying to think. Um, yeah. Did, do you believe in a 12 tribe chart? Because I personally don't.
So you never been like in a crossfire, any just supporting people and that had beef with each other or anything like that? That's never happened to you on here,
Oh,
or just in life in general, just life in general. It doesn't have to be on here because I've had the same thing happen to me in life too, in like real life. You don't know um who you don't know the temperature between both parties and shit, but you don't have a problem with them. So but one party wants you to pick the other one. They like, oh, fuck with me, don't fuck with them, and that's what it seemed like. Even though they not saying that in those words, that you never experienced that out.
um, no. I mean, I think I've been. I mean, I think I've been in situations where two people have uh, that have been beefing and say try not to get involved. I think I've been in something like that, but I can't remember because there's been a few situations where there's been people beefing. Then I'm cool with both of them.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a funny situation, man. I think as grown people, man, we need to let the egos and the pride go. I think a lot of people just, they start getting a little too much YouTube fame or too much fame to their head, and then they just start losing it. What's going on, Watermelon? I see you. Appreciate you being there. I hope your day at work is going well. Um, Nini, I appreciate you holding down the chat. DD too. Peach Cobbler, appreciate you being there. Anybody that I missed, my apologies. Uh, but it's like a lot of people. Some people even think that there's no YouTube etiquette, if you will, if you will. We have a human code. We have a human ethnic code when we outside. Like you know how to act when you in real life. I don't understand why we can't apply that shit to YouTube, but then again, it's YouTube, so I kind of understand the politics on YouTube because I know a lot of people. Like I hear a lot of people saying shit like YouTube career or my career, and I have to think for a second. I'm like, is YouTube really a career? Can I see this shit like expanding, me in any shape or form? And I'm just like thinking like my career, I went to school for my career. I spent a lot of years in school. No, I went to a couple of different schools just to get my education. So when I hear career, I think schooling, higher learning, higher education and shit like that. But I get it. It's a lot of people that's shooting for the top on here, and they got brands. They creating brands. Shit, you even got prostitution on here. Shit, a lot of women selling their pussy on here. People are doing a lot of different things on here to brand themselves and get some type of name established and shit in hopes of, I don't know, maybe having a TV show or just being YouTube famous or being an influencer. I'm not really sure what the end game is with a lot of this shit, but I know that sacrificing yourself the way a lot of these people sacrifice themselves on here just couldn't be me. I'm sorry. I just don't. I've always, declared myself as a average person, an average human being. Like there's not a whole lot of, there's not intricate shit. I mean, I talk about educational shit on here that can get intricate, but I'm a simple person. Decent meal, some sleep, I'm good to go, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be the most famous motherfucker on here, and I'm definitely not shooting to be YouTube famous or internet famous, if you will, because a lot of people are definitely trying to do that, and I'm not trying to do that. If you can make a couple of dollars, that's cool. If people, want to donate to you, and they're like, I'll drop you a couple of dollars, that's cool too. But I get on here just to get on here, man, really, and just to drop what I drop, put out what I put out, man. Everything that I put out is always gonna be free. I didn't mean to get long winded with you, but yeah.
Okay. Trying, trying to think what trying to think what I can say to respond.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was just listening to what you're saying.
I'm sorry, what was that, brother? Kind of cut out a little bit.
I was just listening to what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because if you want to chime in, you can chime in, bro. I don't want to be long winded and shit. I could be on like the same topic for days and shit. You know, just breaking that shit down, and I just think that it shouldn't be a competition between melanated folks. I feel like if I come up, everybody come up, especially the ones that has been around me since day one, and I still have a few of my day ones and shit. You know what I mean? And to me, that's a beautiful, blessed thing to be around a lot of people. And I actually have new people too, and I appreciate them too. The people that were here though before, when it wouldn't even be one person in the chat, you know, um, they're always gonna be remembered because they was here and they watch your growth, you know. So that's how I envision YouTube. That's how I envision shit. That's how I envision the community. Is when you come up, bring the ones that was fucking with you that seen your progress and seen that shit. I seen so many people on here, man, grow, and they just forget about how they grew. They forget about the small people because you're a big people, you know. And it's sad, you know what I mean? Because you can lose so many people that might have been solid, right? That would have been, that was there with you from the gate, you know what I mean? And then you just turn on them. You just turn on them because you get a little bit of fame. And for some reason, I don't know why melanated people think in their heads that like it's a fucking competition. Like it's like not only is it a crab in a barrel mentality in life, but it's one on here. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna drag people, I'm gonna drag your kid, I'm gonna drag your family, fuck, I'm gonna drag everything about you, your existence, just to get on top. Just to get on top. And for in this community, that like that saying, I don't know if you know that saying, where it gets lonely at the top. That's even more accurate when you talking about the melanated people. When you make it, you've been to school and all that shit, but you ain't got no hardly like a small percentage of melanated people around you. Hardly any of your people really ever go to school, and they're not in that position where you at. You looking around like, damn, I'm here by myself. And that ain't got nothing, that ain't got shit to do with any fame shit. That ain't got shit to do with any fame shit. This is just real life shit. Granted, when I was going to school, though, it was a lot of brothers and sisters that was in school, so I'm thankful for that. To see, where how the statistics was lined up against us. Probably 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have access to school like we do now. But when I was in school, it was a lot of brothers and sisters in school. But we all branched out and went different career routes. So when you look around, you see more Caucasian folks and this and that. What I'm saying is, though, what I'm just trying to convey, though, um, I never looked at my people as competition. I never wanted to undercut my people. I never wanted to see my people fail when I was in school. If anything, I want us to succeed, you know? And I feel like that on here. You know what I mean? I think we should all want each other to succeed. And I think it shouldn't be, the underlings. And if you have a channel, man, there are channels that hardly have 300 subscriptions on it that I've seen that have awesome, beautiful content. And if I could get that shit out and we could get people to support them type of channels, man, we should do that because I've seen bigger channels with smaller numbers. If you catch my drill, I don't know if you want to add anything. I don't want to be long winded.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, I don't look at any other black people as competition either. That when I see a black person with success, I celebrate them. Try to use it as inspiration, if anything.
Definitely. And we should celebrate each other, man. I think we should celebrate our successes and instead of wanting to see another brother fail so much or another sister fail so much. I believe we should want to see each other do good and become great. But then again, it's just my opinion. That's just how I look at it. But I try my best to do that. I don't just talk it. I try my best to support and get people out. And if people have businesses, definitely want to promote it because you want to promote the real world too, and not just the cyber world and shit like that. So it's a lot of brothers and sisters that got little businesses going. We got to get that shit out, man. We should want to see a community where we have our own clothes, our own doctors, our own banks, our own food, and spending, melanated dollars amongst each other. We should want that shit. But it's just my opinion. That's just me. You got any thoughts on that, brother? Anything to add on that?
I hear what you're saying. Myself personally, I disagree with the word melanin because it's like, or melanated, because there's East Indians that as you can see my picture, there's East Indians that are darker than myself, who are anti-black, and they're melanated, and it's like so, the term melanated, it includes them, and it's like ethnically, I don't see myself similar to them because they got darker skin than me, or that I might have similar skin, but I'll be honest, I disagree with the word melanated.
So you don't like the word melanated? You don't like that term?
It's not a situation where I don't like the term. I'll say I disagree with it.
Well, you do know like melanin is just different, shades of the skin, right? It's not just black, it's not just brown, it's all those shades that absorbs the sun and give the darker appearance. Like, whites have some melanin, but they don't have it's not like real true melanin though.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause
that's
they
true.
cause
The
cause they don't
freckles on
yeah, cause they
freckles on.
don't they don't really, my bad brother. They don't really absorb the sun, they get burnt by the sun. So I'm brown naturally, but when it's colder, I could get yellow. But when I get in the sun, I'm gonna turn black. I'm gonna be like Wesley Snipes, dark. But that's if I'm in the sun for the whole summer for hours in it. So when I'm using melanin, I'm just using different shades of melanin of a darker hue, if you will. Because black and brown and yellow are more of a dark. Well, yellow's a little light, but it's still a color. White is more bland and just there. It's not really any color. But I respect anybody that disagrees with it. I truly respect it.
Okay, shalom at Ben Moshe.
What's good? Big salute. Malek
What's going
Dome. Big
on?
salute. Big salute.
Shalom,
Amir. Shalom.
shalom,
Shalom.
shalom.
Yeah. Melanin, man, that's a blessing from the Most High. We don't have to worry about getting skin cancer. The only thing we have to worry about is getting maybe a heat stroke or passing out if we work in the heat. You
Yeah.
know, that sunscreen don't work on us. I tried to use sunscreen. They said, here you go, use your sunscreen. I'm like, that don't work on us. We don't need that. They need that. The other folks need that. That's for the other folks.
Man, I put my shea butter on, man, on my brown skin, man, just to so I could stay fresh, man,
Mm-hmm.
and not be ashy. You feel me?
Right.
That's it. Get my cocoa butter. Got to put it because us melanated folks, we need our nourishment.
That's
You
right.
need your enhancements, your juices and shit, because we lose a lot of moisture in the sun. That's why you get them cracks and shit in your hand when you all in the sun working. Because I'll be working on houses and shit sometime. So you can feel it. You feel your hands cracking. Ain't nothing. Cocoa butter can fix it, player. Cocoa butter will fix that shit, player. Get some cocoa butter, some shea butter. Make sure you moisturize. You'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But yeah,
man.
that's interesting though, man. What's both of your thoughts on melanin? What you know what? What's your thoughts on the so-called melanated Aboriginal African American people of the northern continents, the Israelites, the Muslims of this continent? What's the title? What's the proper title, or even for you, Ak, in the UK? What's the proper title that y'all would use to identify with yourself?
Well, from a
Myself personally, I call myself that is for the public. I call myself Black British Caribbean, but
Mhm.
from an Israelite view, I call myself an Israelite or Caribbean descent whose roots go back to ancient Iraq.
Awesome, awesome. Okay.
for me, I'll be like either a Yahudim, from the lost 12 tribes of Israel, which is a Jew, a Yahudim or
Yeah.
Yahuwah, the real
Yeah.
Yahudim. We are the real Yahudim. Or if you want to get on a deeper level, melanated people are the original people of this planet. Because this is
Mhm.
identity crisis. I know they got people pushing the Aboriginal doctrine, say we was already here.
Mhm.
I gotta look at you gotta come with, then you got those people that say, oh, we've been here for millions of years. Man, I don't go with that. I look at that as science fiction, mythology, African mythology, like the channel big head scientists. That's I
Mhm.
look at it like that. They say, oh, we was created by the Anunnaki. If y'all want to
Mhm.
believe in that, that's y'all belief, you know. You know, it's a good science fiction novel in my opinion. You know, now if the Anunnaki was real, they would be melanated beings. I believe that the Anunnaki were melanated beings. You know, but you see, they whitewash everything that other people, even whitewash the aliens. You know, and just like with
Well,
plants got melanin too, like trees and plants got melanin. They call it
hmm
chlorophyll. You know,
yeah,
so if you had
uh,
green skinned people, they would have melanins, like the Martians, like the Martian Manhunter. He a melanated being.
mhm.
In the DC comics, why you think when he take on a human form as a black person? You know, the Martians would be black if they were, you know, if they was real. You know, I'm just saying.
Definitely. And then, when you go back into history and everybody knows that a lot of these historical books that, the Torah and the what am I, the Quran was written by people of color,
Right. Exactly.
melanated people, so that these will be your ancestors writing, and then a lot of it just getting translated and shit because it all had to come from some shit.
Hmm.
It had to come from some shit. So the translation was just from people that didn't understand Arabic and Hebrew. So they had to
Right.
get that shit in English and shit like that. But they were all melanated people and got whitewashed within time and shit. And then they try to give you little crumbs and shit. Like they try to say Moshe, had a melanated wife and shit like that, but he was a melanated person himself though.
Exactly.
So I don't get like that why you try to just throw us that. And then when you look at a lot of the northern hemisphere of Africa and shit, they really trying to severely whitewash that shit.
Hmm.
Or they
Exactly.
been trying to do that for many, many moons. Like they trying to depict melanated people as slaves versus the pharaohs and the gods and shit like that out there and shit, which is why they had on those the hieroglyphics, I believe they call it, black people in slave positions versus the positions of command, the positions of power. They left that up to the Caucasian, the Caucoid, the pale person and shit like that. It's just weird how they try to rewrite history when you can clearly see that it was melanated people that built this whole fucking shit. It was melanated people that inhabited the earth for millions of years before Caucasian was even existed or
I
even
got,
brought to.
yeah, I got this saying: a black man is the primal man, you know, and a so-called white man is the caveman. You know, there's a difference between a primal man and caveman. You know,
Mm.
we are the original, like they like to say, Homo sapiens, original man. You know, like when I
Right.
look at the DC character Vando Savage, when he became his power, he was a primal man. You know, and he was fighting against like the Neanderthals. You know,
Mm.
and I view Vando, even though he ain't a melanated man, but he would be a. I see him as a brother. You know, if he was a real character, he definitely would be a black man. Vando Savage, one of the most powerful villains in the DC universe. You know, yeah. But I'm sorry, you know, I'm just going all over the place. It's all good
No,
though.
you good. You good, man. Do your shit out. You good.
Mhm. But yeah, Vando Savage would be considered a primal man because, like, when they showed his origins, he was fighting against the Neanderthals. Like when he got his powers from that meteorite that crashed into Earth, that was knowledge that represented knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and
Mm.
he had full knowledge, you know. So I look at it as that meteorite crashing from the universe. That was knowledge and wisdom from the Creator, the Most High, you know. And he gained his
Definitely,
powers, and he became the first. He became the first human to rule Earth, you know, and he took over that, man. Yeah.
definitely. And I think us as melanated people, man, are I want to ask the UK brother, how do you address other brothers and sisters? Do you just say brothers and sisters or other melanated people or African people? I just wanted to get that because I address us as melanated people. So when I'm talking about melanated people, I'm talking about, of course, the Africans and people of color. Because any ethnic group can have color. Hispanics have color as well. But I just wanted to know how you, the UK brother, how do you like address people throughout the diaspora? Are we all just Africans, or to you?
Well, I call black people globally. I call them black, but from an Israelite view, I do make a difference to that what I see as Israelite and what I see as sub-Saharan African, biblically Hamite. For example, Black Americans, Black Caribbeans, Black South American, and the black people in Saudi Arabia, and Yemen and Oman, Iran and Iraq. I see them as Israelite because we was all part of the global boat slave trade. The
Right.
people in sub-Saharan Africa, I see them as the majority of them as Hamites, and and as we spoke about the term people of color, I heavily disagree with the term people of color as well, because every ethnic group has color. What white people try to do, they try to do the thing where they call themselves white and everything else people of color. And myself personally, yeah, I just I disagree with that term, because what it is is example.
No, there's actually melanated people in America, or Afro American, Black American. They actually don't like that term either. People of color, they don't like that term either.
Yeah, I've noticed that a few black Americans say that or there's like a feeling where they'll disagree with the term people of color. Yeah, because it's like a white supremacist term example, because what happens is that me being Caribbean, what it is, in 1833, that's when Britain abolished slavery, and what they done was, because they didn't want black people in the Caribbean to get access to the resources in the Caribbean, they sent over East Indians, Arabs, and Chinese to basically rule over us. And what it is, that is, when you got people like that, then people start questioning, oh, how comes they made it? They're people of color. But myself personally, I don't believe in the whole term people of color, because what happens is, with this whole people of color belief, East Indians think they start ruling over black people, because you look at what happened in Uganda, in the Caribbean, Guyana, Trinidad. East Indians think that they rule over black people because of the term people of color. And I see it happen in America, where Hispanics think that they how could I say, people? I see this whole Hispanics thing, and I see all these other ethnic groups talking about how they've been successful and all of this type of stuff, and that goes into that whole people of color thing as well. So yeah, that's why I disagree with the term.
So you think other nations and other ethnic groups, they try to hijack the term? Is that what they're trying to hijack the people of color term?
Yeah. And I personally think it's a cult as well. Myself personally, I stay away from cults. Yeah, because that whole people of color thing, I think it's a cult, and I just think that with that, it has people, that Arabs and East Indians, thinking that they ruled over black people. And to reply to what you was talking about with the Quran, I mean, myself personally, I think that's the worst book that was ever written, and I think with Muhammad, was the worst person that's ever lived on a planet, and I think he was the biggest coon that ever walked the planet as well. Because if you type in Google the Hawiya tribe of southern Somalia, those people are direct descendants of Muhammad's tribe called the Quraysh, or the Qadari tribe. And you'll see that they're dark-skinned people, and that's exactly what Muhammad looked like. And Muhammad. Yeah, I think Muhammad. He was the worst person that ever lived, in my opinion.
Now, when it comes to Muhammad, like the Arabs, the modern day Arabs, you can't even draw. It's like considered taboo to even draw pictures of Muhammad. So that's a question. So maybe he was black Muhammad, you know. Even though I've
Yeah,
seen drawings of Muhammad with they have him looking like an Arab dude, but the original Arabs was black though. They Ishmaelites, you know that. You know they're the Ishmaelites.
the Ishmaelites and Father Abraham's 6 other children, their tribes are black because if we think about it, if with us descending from Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
and that Isaac's 7 other brothers are going to be black as well, and Father Abraham having Ishmael with Hagar. Hagar today would be a modern day woman from Chad. So it is it's like definitely Muhammad was black. What it is in because you're right, Ben, about the Arabs being the original Arabs being black. Because what it was, the people that you see from Sudan all the way to Somalia, they're the original Arabs. What happened was they used to rob the Syrians. So what happened was the Syrians now just got sick and tired of getting robbed by them. So the Syria invaded Arabia and kicked them out, and they went to East Africa. That's why that's why a lot of East Africans have got problems with the indigenous people of Africa.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of tension between them.
Because that's why a lot of Somalis will have problems with will have problems with other sub-Saharan Africans. Same with Ethiopians. A lot of Ethiopians don't like other sub-Saharan Africans. A lot of people in Sudan, they don't like the people from East Sudan. They started to have issues with the people from West and South Sudan. Yeah, and the real reason is because those people are the original black Arabs. Yeah, they got pushed out of Arabia because the Syrians took them over and kicked them out. Because the Arabs kept robbing us. The black Arabs kept robbing the Syrians, so the Syrians got sick and tired of it. Yeah, and they went down there and invaded them and kicked them out.
Yeah, if you look at it like that, it always was warfare for those lands in the so-called Middle East, because that's a man-made term. Middle East, that's a man-made term. Yeah, y'all could do y'all research because I tell okay, the Middle East, where the Middle North at, where the Middle South at, where the Middle West, that was a man-made term to separate the land of Shem from the land of Ham, or Israel from Africa, But yeah, it's all so much deception out there. But hey, people of color, my take on the people of color term, it's a ploy to trying to lump all other nations that got color. And like if we bring up issues and stuff, the other people gonna try to bring up their issues. It'll be like the struggle Olympics, the struggle Olympics, in my opinion. But yeah, everybody's still on the panel. Okay. See.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. But yeah, because you got some of these East Indians, they come to America, they look down on so-called black people, I'd be like, someone be darker than me or darker than y'all. And they look down on like we not be like, because you see they got that caste system. That's bull crap. That's just another form of WS and racism. It's a form of WS. Even they practicing WS, and y'all know what I'm talking about, WS. Because you got to watch what you say on these YouTube streets, because I don't want to, get this channel, because YouTube, the freedom of speech, so I'm going to just talk WS, And that caste system, I'll be like, it's like the darker you is in East India, you're going to get the lesser jobs, but the lighter you are, you get like the higher positions. They do that in Brazil too. They do it to our brothers and sisters in Brazil, because in Brazil, they got a huge black population. And what's so bad about it, our brothers and sisters out there in Brazil, they are pushing, and they are pushing them to hate themselves so much and trying to whiten themselves out by getting with a white person or lighter person to like get that dark skin out their genes, man. And that's why I say it's got a place. This place got to fall. This Babylonian worldwide system, because ain't nothing wrong with deep melanin rich skin, or dark skin. The darker you are, the more connection you got to the roots, the more connection you got to the creator. You got that earthly appearance. Because the deeper you dig in the ground, the darker the soil gonna get. And that's real talk. You go in your backyard, get a shovel, keep digging, dig a hole, dig that hole deep that you can. Deeper, it's gonna get darker. And when it rains, that mud gonna be darker. Come on now. Can't get around that. You can't get around that. But no, they want to teach us to hate our features, hate our skin, hate our big nose, our big lips, our natural hair, our locks. But in the same time, the other folks want to be us. It's a mental illness. Like I said, I got no letters of learning under my name. I ain't no professional, but it is. They want to say we play the race card. I tell them, y'all need to stop playing the mental illness card. Because if you hate a group of people, you're going to avoid to be like them. You're going to stay out their presence. But they can't leave us alone. They can't seem to, they got an obsession with us. You see it in the movie Get Out. These other folks got an obsession with us. It always been. They could call us all these byword and proverbs, but when they go to these basketball games and football games, they go and see our people. They talk all that noise. Oh, y'all go back to Africa. Get out of America. You don't like it here? Get out of America. They talking all that noise because if all our people was to leave this country right now with a drop of a hat, they're going to go crazy. They're going to go back to their barbarian ways. All 50 states going to be warring states, like in the warring states era of Japanese history. That's what's going to happen to the United States. If all our people, so-called black people, was to leave this country, these Gentiles, the Caucasian Gentiles, the European Gentiles, they're going to go crazy. The states might turn. It's going to be a warring states era. It's going to be it's going to be like a 50-state civil war. Yeah, they're going to go back to their barbarian times.
I think we also need to understand too what nations and ethnic groups and races mean, because a lot of people tend to be confused. Because when we're talking about Hispanics and Afro Latinos and shit like that, I don't think we understand that those are like basically just mutt groups. Even some of the modern day Arabs that you see, they're just mud groups. They just mixed with a lot of different shit. So when people are saying people of color, we all, I get it in America. It's I agree with what you were saying. Not it's like I always felt like it was a way for other nations to just get into our struggles in the continent of America. So I always thought it was just a way for them to, oh, I'm a people of color, the black and brown coalition. But out here in the West, you see white Hispanics, and white Hispanics don't like the color Hispanic. They don't even like, the so-called Hebrews or the so-called Afro-American term, whatever term you happen to use. They don't even like us. So when you do hear the people of color, or you do when we're talking nations and we're talking about ethnic groups, we got to understand that Hispanic isn't a race. It's just basically a mixed group of people that haven't been alive for a long time. They just ignorantly attach themselves to the Rasa shit, the indigenous melanated beings that are sort of mongoloid but sort of African, but with a high melanated skin depiction, because they typically have mongoloid features. Their hair is that of like an Asian, but they black as fuck. So if you see the real indigenous that were here, that's a lot of their features are Asiatic. It's mongoloid looking and shit. They just happen to be black as fuck, and then in turn, the Mexicans that you see today, they just happen to get mixed with a whole lot of European and shit. They're basically like European mutts, basically. But I don't think they understand that.
and some of them probably know that, and it hurts them, so they keep it to themselves, because the truth hurts. You know, they're
Oh,
admixture. They mutts, yeah,
they
like them
white.
modern
They
day
white as
colors.
fuck.
Yeah,
They
they
white
mutts.
as fuck, man. When
Mhm.
you look at J Lo, I don't see a person of color. I see a white woman. I see a white woman with a tan. That's just my opinion. That's just
Spanish
my
speaking
opinion.
Gentiles. You know,
But then when you look at that Lamar La Negra, she looks like somebody that could be of my nation because she's dark, but
yeah.
her nation is Hispanic. She practices the Hispanic shit, the bullshit. That
Mhm.
comes from Europe and all that shit. So I look at a lot of these, all these motherfuckers, even the Indians that you see, they got the white ones and then they got the black ones. That's because they're not a race. They're not a true definitive race. They're really just mutts. You know what I mean? They're just all a mixed group. That's why they can't. Brazil. That's why the Brazilians and the Dominicans are always so fucking confused. It's because you're not a race. You're just a mixed blooded group of people that are lost as fuck. You know what I mean? Like these people praise European shit. This is
Right.
why they hate us so much. They
Exactly.
know they praise that European shit. A lot of them want to go to Europe. They don't want to go to Africa.
That's
they say they
fact.
want to. They say they visit spot is Europe.
You want to go
It
to
ain't
the
Africa.
European countries. And don't
Well,
realize the continent of Africa got the best resources. They want to go to Europe, and the Europeans want to go to Africa for the resources.
and then a lot of they traditions come from Africa. So some of the Mexicans in Mexico, like the blacker ones, a lot of their traditions are African inspired, not full African, but certain parts of African it's inspired. Even the food, a lot
Hmm.
of their food is African inspired and shit like that. It's just the ones that you see in the States. Like you got to go deep in Mexico to find my color. Them motherfuckers be blacker than me in Mexico, but the
Yeah,
ones out here in
the
the
Mexican,
States,
yeah.
yeah, the ones in the States, they going off like, oh, I can say the N word. I'm a person of color. I'm like, you white as fuck, boy. You look like a cockoid. What you talking
Exactly.
about?
Yeah.
You white as fuck. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they hide the darker the Afro Mexicans, or they hide them, and they don't show them on the media. Like you say, you got to go deep into the country. You
I
know.
hardly meet them. I hardly meet them out here on the West, bro. Hardly meet them. Like I've seen, and if I seen a darker Hispanic, they might be a maybe Dominican, Puerto Rican descent, but we don't really have those on the West. Y'all have those are like on like New York and shit, like the East Coast and shit. So
Mhm.
we'll have like maybe a Belizean or some El Salvadorian. The motherfuckers be black as fuck. They be black as fuck and they be ghetto as fuck. But um that's not the majority though. That's not the higher percentages. You get the white J Lo's and the white Mark Anthony looking ass, white boy Hispanics and shit, white girl Hispanics, and they be white as fuck. Talking about they brown and all that. You was not brown. You have zero color. What's your color?
Yeah, that's
Same
what
with the
everybody
same with
think.
the natives. Bro, the natives, you seen how white these natives are? Like they people got wiped the fuck out.
Yeah, the
They
so-called modern
people
Native
got
Americans, they be talking about they
fuck.
Caucasian. Man, I
They
can't stand when Caucasians
Caucasian.
do that. When
They,
Caucasians, I'm part Native
they
American and part Irish, and they look just like a normal white person. I've been saying to myself, I bet you on your birth certificate they say Caucasian. You know, they be
well
trying to
see
claim Native American.
people be getting, that's what I keep saying. People don't know the difference between nation and ethnicity. They be saying, because one broad says she oh, I'm with that Irish. I'm not with a white. I was like, do you understand that Irish isn't a race? Like they have some black Irish there too. Like Irish isn't a race. Fucking Jamaican isn't a race. They got Asians in Jamaica.
Hmm.
That's not a race. That's cultural base. So that's more of you bringing your traditions with you than anything. Your race is what y'all was just talking about. You have your black, you have your white, and then you have your mongoloid.
That's
And
the
then to
three
me,
main races. Yeah,
that's
that's
it. That's
mhm.
it. And to me, everything else is mixed. Now this is just my shit. This is just how I think. Everything else is just a mixture of all that moved to different climates, ate different food, been around in the cold, maybe got lighter skin. They skin adapted to other shit and all that. I mean, I could go on for days on my theories of that shit, but that's it. Mongoloid, Negroid, Cockoid.
Mhm.
That's me. That's just me. That's my opinion. And so like when people are saying, "Oh, I got Italian in me," I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, so what you eat a lot of pizza or some shit? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Like,
I can't
that's not a
stand when they do
race.
that though.
That's not a race, huh?
It grinds my gears when they do that. Caucasian, I'll be
Yeah.
like if you
What?
meet a Caucasian person, be like, I got part Irish in me, I got German. I'm saying to myself, you still got white privilege, you damn heathen. You still got
That's
white privilege.
it's
You
not a
know?
race. It's not a race. It's not. It
Yeah.
could literally. They literally got black Irish, bro. They literally got melanated German people, like real melanated German, not brown, black German people. Australia people got black people. Well, Australia actually the Aboriginal were black. The people that inhabit Australia were black. So
That's true.
you
Yeah, they
you
sure
I
was.
just
Yeah.
I'm breaking it down for people that don't really understand that might hear this shit, that they're like, you got to understand that a race is just a set group of people, and the ethnicity is just a breakdown. The Africans, the African Americans, the whatever the fuck you want to call it, the Brazilians, however you want to throw it, whatever you want to throw in the diaspora. But the main shit is always black, negroid, melanated. However, anybody chooses to identify with that, because other people identify black people in different ways. It's like you still have black folks, and there's nothing wrong with that. I respect my Aboriginal folks, but a lot of them just say we're Aboriginal. Then you got the ADOS people that just say, "Hey, I'm representing my people from the descendants of slavery here." That's cool. I respect all my melanated people across the globe. We just need to learn the race, ethnic group, and then national based cultural practice, your nation and shit. So once you get a lot of those aligned, you gonna see, you gonna understand shit. Then you gonna start killing arguments real quick when people, I'm half Italian. What the fuck is that? What does that mean? I'm half Irish. I got Cherokee in my blood. Oh, you practice tribal culturing. But what race are you?
Right.
But yeah, I get people on that sometimes. But um,
Yeah, they like doing that. Be like, oh, I'm German, I'm got Irish, and I got 12% Native American. They look just like a regular pasty white person with blue eyes,
exactly.
blonde hair. I'll be like, you got no Native American blood in you.
I
Shit.
feel I feel bad, man, for the natives, bro, because they really um they were beautiful people. The original
Mhm.
natives, they were some
Yeah,
beautiful people, man. They really took, they really let the massa wipe their ass out, boy.
no,
Massa said we was gonna make them white, and them motherfuckers is white as fuck.
yeah, they
They
lost
white
all
as
they.
fuck.
Yeah, like during the Indian Wars, they did them bad, bro. Yeah, I mean, killing all they. You see, the buffalo, that buffalo was like their version of Walmart for the Native Americans because they used everything on the buffalo. They had food
Yeah.
supply, tools from the bones. They used the skin for clothing and shelter. That was their
They was
Walmart.
sad. They was sad, but they, like I said, they let the Edomite come through. They let the
Yeah.
white man come through. The Shatani man, he came through and had the motherfuckers signing their land over, having them kill each other,
Yep.
breeding with them. Same things they did with the African American,
Mhm.
so-called African American, the Israelite, whatever you want to name it. They had them, but we was here. We came by force and shit. At least the ones that believe in the boat, because like I said, my Aboriginal people believe we was here first, and that's cool. I'm not taking that from them, but I'm just going off, what I'm going off of.
Yeah, the
But the,
transatlantic
the
trade.
yeah,
Slave trade.
the mongoloid melanated Aboriginals, them motherfuckers basically was just signing their lives away. Basically, they was signing all kinds of their land. They didn't put up no fight with the white man, but the white man had the motherfuckers slaughtering each other and shit. That was the craziest shit.
Yeah, because they had a lot of tribes. They had a lot of tribes for the so-called Native Americans. They had a lot of tribes, and a lot of these tribes don't even exist today. Only a small percentage of these tribes still exist.
They don't have tribes. They got like trailer parks and that
Yeah,
reservations and shit like that. They ain't
reservations.
got no
Yeah,
tribes. Yeah. I don't see
and
no
some of
tribes
these
from it.
reservations look way worse than the ghettos that our people
They
dwell in. Some
do.
of these reservations.
They do. And like I said, when your people get wiped out violently like theirs did, um, you try to hold on to shit. So I get why the white Aboriginal are trying their best to hold on to shit, but it's like, bro, you guys gotta get over it. Y'all white as fuck, bro. You white as shit, bro. Like you do not. If you think that you really your ancestors, bro, look at the books, bro. Even if they were white, it was white Aboriginal, hundreds of years, century, whatever, right? Centuries. You guys don't look remotely close to that. Y'all motherfuckers look like J Lo and shit, bro. Like y'all motherfuckers look like Ben Affleck and shit. This motherfucker look like Ben Affleck saying he Aboriginal and shit. Aboriginal to what? Your people wiped out. Your
Right.
original people was wiped out. Your bloodline is gone. So I'm not understanding that. So at this point, you just going off traditions that maybe your native people pass down shit, but you not them no more though. At some point you gotta understand your blood is a higher percentage of Caucasian. It's higher Caucasian than anything. You know what I mean? You're not just white for a reason. If you read the books and you go over history, we know how they got slaughtered and taken over. Man, they was R.I.P. in a lot of the native women and shit.
Exactly. That's what they
Like they
did.
were doing our women. Like they were doing our women and shit.
That's
So
what the
it's like,
conquerors do. They kill the men
mm-hmm,
and impregnate the women by force to try to whiten out the seed. You see, they know about them genetics. You see, they studied. It's the conquerors. They know about that, and it take 3 generations to wipe out a seed line. You know, genetic alienation. I call it gene pool pollution. You know,
they wiped them out though. Like if you see the modern, just like type them up. Type them up. Anybody that's listening to this, just type up your modern day native, and then you could just see what I'm talking about. That's not a traditional native. You feel me? Just like how Africans will say African Americans are the traditional Africans. Yeah, that's because we have a huge mixture, of course. I understand that. I could agree with that. Definitely. We're gonna have some similar physical attributes, phenotypes, but a lot of us do look different because of what took place on this continent, though. So I agree with that. We not fully anything really. We have an admixture of certain things. I mean, we're more of a percentage than a lot of groups on this continent. But yeah, you do have an admixture, and a lot of that, can contribute to a lot of race mixing and all that. We know what it contributes to, but
mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, but we still got the blood covenant of the Most High, though. You know that
Definitely.
prophecies and stuff. You know, yeah, because some people like we all mix. You know, that's like a double-edged sword. Because I'll come with this counterattack. If we was all mixed, we all be all brown skinned and light skinned. You know, why we still got dark skinned brothers and sisters roaming around? You know,
Exactly.
that's how
No.
you know the Most High
Some
is
of
still in control. The Most High Yah
some
is still in control.
e- exactly. Some of us just got mixture blood that's just more closer in proximity. Like for instance, my grandma bred with a cockroach, a
Mm-hmm.
Spanish.
But that third generation clean out that bloodline though. Say like if her child got with a black person and they have a black child, that's bloodline gonna be cleaned out in that third and fourth generation. Cause I'm sure some of my grandparents probably dealt with heathens, and they had a biracial child, and that biracial child got with a black person, and they clean out that bloodline on that third and fourth generation. You know, Because just like our ancestors, the slave woman that got taken by force by Massa, and she had a child for Massa. I'm sure back then a huge percentage of those biracial children dealt with slaves. They had children with the slaves, and about that third and fourth generation, their children was cleaned out. That bloodline was cleaned out. Even though they might still have some of the features, like the light skin, and the so-called light skin and the features and stuff, but they still was Negro. They bloodline cleaned out. Basic genetics. They know that. That's what, like you was talking about, what they did to the natives. They knew about this. That's conquering 101, killed them in. That's what they did to the Tainos too, the Tainos in so-called South America, the conquistadors. That's
yeah, South America. Yeah, South America. Yeah, I mean, and with that melanin, man, the powerful thing about it is you could get your people right, man. Even look at, I don't know specifically, I'll just say 400 years of shackles. Look at how much melanin you still see. Your average basis color of a melanated Afro being in America is like brown.
Brown, yeah.
It's like brown. It's like copper skin tone. So for us to survive centuries of RA pen and end up with the basis of just this color, that's crazy. Of the power of the melanin, man. Like they cannot wipe that shit out, man. You know what I mean? But you,
it vexes them too. They be like, we tried all these diseases and tactics, and they are still here. I'm talking about the elite. They losing sleep over this ox. They losing sleep.
Bruh, so think about this shit though. It ain't just that they RAPE, they experimented on us.
Yeah, that too.
And with the Tuskegee experiments, and we still standing, bruh. We still your highest average color grade hue melanin is brown. You know what I mean? So it's like that is powerful, man. It just show you the power of the melanin, man, and it show you how powerful black folks could be, especially black folks up north, man. You know how powerful we are, man. Like our ancestors would kill themselves, bruh, if they knew they was pregnant by massa and shit like that. So we gotta we gotta understand that, man. This melanin that we carry, man, is worth money. It's gold. And that like massa looking at us like we better dead. We better to them dead. Because then they could use your organs and shit and start studying you some more to figure out how you jump so high, how you run so fast. All that shit. Look at all the extensive training that they do to watch you, how they study melanated athletes, all the analytics and shit that come to it, because they're trying to engineer that shit out in Europe. They trying to make the fastest motherfucker in Europe. They trying to make the strongest motherfucker in Europe. They know what they doing.
Like
they promote us in basketball to study us. We're entertaining to them because we can jump hella high and we can run really fast. So they looking at that as like the blueprint. Let's study that.
Like Jesse Owens. I know you heard about Jesse Owens when he went to Nazi Germany. He was dusting the hell out of them Nazis. They say Hitler was so upset. Hitler was about to blow his brains out. They see one of his soldiers said, "Hey, don't do it." Had to stop Hitler from shooting himself because Jesse Owens was beating them Germans in the Olympics during Nazi Germany.
And now look at their training methods though, bro. Look at how they train. Look at the gun. Look at the weapons training and shit now out there. Look at how they box now. Now they try to box real hard, like how they depicted that dude in Rocky.
Yeah,
had him on steroids. Sokolov. Yeah, they had the motherfucker on steroids. Hella fucking shit just to get him up to the point of an American motherfucker. Look at the Olympics, bro. We kill it. Look at the USA basketball. We wiped all them foreign teams out. I was just watching some of the replays on YouTube. We was wearing them out, and most of the team is brothers, have part time brothers. But you know, a lot of the brothers, you know, basketball is a huge percent of brothers. The NBA is like a
Right.
huge percent of brothers, but we wiping them out. But if you look at how countries and all, even in China, bro, like the dribbling, look up the dribbling skills and the dribbling practices of a lot of China and how they train basketball now. Now they training like us, like how Kobe Bryant trained and shit. They wasn't doing that shit before, bro. They
They
was
sure
not
was.
doing that shit before. They was not training hella hard like that. You know, as a brother, you know you have to train extra hard. Cause you know
Right.
when you was coming up, you either thought you had rap or you had ball. Whichever one that you know you was gonna do, but whatever one you did it to excellent. You did it to perfection. I'm
Right.
going to this gym, I'm gonna shoot 500 jumpers a day. Now you see every other country, every foreign nation doing that shit. They was not doing that shit before, bro. They was not training like that.
Mm-mm. They sure wasn't.
They was not training like that, bro. They just type that shit up. Uh, handle basketball handling in China or any parts of Asia, just Asia, and you'll see how they dribbling the ball fast. All these exercise, even Africa, they doing all kind of shit to get faster dribbles, to get more athletic. They doing all kind. They putting bricks on their back. But where did they get all this shit from? Because they wasn't doing this shit 30 years ago. We was the cream of the crop. We had, I'm talking about back in the days with Jordan. Like now, everybody trying to do that, man. Everybody looking at like people as blueprints to train to be better than, man.
Right. Yep. That's why they even learning UFC, them white boys, you know, because they can't really hang with a brother when it comes to fist in boxing. So they gotta learn them takedowns and all that, and jiu-jitsu and all that, trying to choke a brother out. But brothers in the UFC dominating too. You know, you have brothers in the
Yeah.
UFC, they all dominating, you know.
Bro, we dominate every aspect of everything, bro. I used to when I used to watch bodybuilding and shit, because I wanted to have the big muscles, I wanted to have the shoulders just hung out like the rock, you know what I mean? Just busting out my shit. And
Mm-hmm.
and it was only white boys, bro. Like, it was
Right.
only white, like it was a couple of brothers that bodybuild when I started watching bodybuilding. It was only a couple of brothers. And you know the cream of the crop, you know the legend, the guy, Ronnie Coleman, that's the guy. I don't know if people know Ronnie Coleman, Google him. He's ultimate bodybuilder. I don't know if anybody, you know, into the big muscles and shit. And, you know, but that brother is like, to me, everybody says Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit, but I'm like, man, Ronnie Coleman, man, this is what you lift weights for. You know what I mean? People say, oh, he too big, he too muscular, but I'm like, isn't that the point? A bodybuilder, no, you trying to put the most muscle on. We just showcase that we can build muscle faster. We can build a higher definition of muscle. And for so long, this has been a white man's dominated sport. I mean, basketball was created by the white man.
Right.
Basketball
Exactly.
was created by the white man. That shit was created by the white man. And we took over that shit. We took over
Exactly.
that. You know what I mean? So we taking bodybuilding by storm, bro. We gonna take UFC by storm. We gonna take wrestling by storm. Everything that we put our hands on, man, it's gonna be excellent.
Yeah,
We go over and beyond.
I just Google Ronnie Coleman. Man, he built like a character off of the anime Baki the Dragon. Man, he built like an anime character. He was
Huge,
from Monroe, Louisiana. Right there from Louisiana. Monroe, Louisiana. That's
brother.
where he was born
And before we had Ronnie Coleman, who was the face? Who the face of bodybuilding was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
in. Exactly.
Even
Arnold
even whites
Schwarzenegger.
today. Even whites today, they're like, oh man, Arnold is the best, man. Fuck Ronnie Coleman. Well, bruh. If you know damn well if you can look like Ronnie Coleman without any health problems, you will want to look like Ronnie Coleman. Because that's why the fuck you go to the gym for. You know what I mean? Now look, now, Look side by side, Arnold and Coleman. Who's significantly bigger and who has vines in their motherfucking calves and thigh muscles? Crazy. He looked like a bull on steroids. You see,
Yeah.
you see the comparison,
Mm-hmm.
Arnold. You could see it on
All
YouTube.
Google, yeah. All Google,
And
yep.
then you got all these little Nancy boys. Nah, fuck Ronnie Coleman. They just hate the black man, bro.
Yeah,
They hate
it's
you.
envy.
They
Envy.
hate when you surpass them at anything, and because you work hard at it, man. It just shows you that, like, if we get the opportunity, we gonna work real hard, man. We outwork motherfuckers. We outdress motherfuckers, and like give motherfuckers their credit, man. You gotta
It's
give
like with our
motherfuckers their
sisters
credit.
with the black woman. Like they
Hmm.
like on Street Fighter, Chun Li built like a Chun Li Cammy and all these female
Built like
characters
a
on.
sister.
And,
Built
yup,
like a sister. Built like
exactly.
a sister.
Right?
Hmm.
But they don't want to put no black woman on the game.
Nah, they tried to, but they they got politics with the guys. They like, oh no, they try to put black women in the game and shit. You should see the comments, man. It's some
Mm-hmm.
other shit, man. The comments, they like, oh, now they doing what is it, woke culture they call it. I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
I've never seen a white woman until all these motherfucking TikTok bullshit surgeries and shit built like that, bro. I've always seen sisters built like that, bro.
Exactly.
How dare you motherfucking lie like that? Ain't no white bitch built with all that thigh muscle and shit like that.
Exactly. That's
And,
body
and
modifications.
bro, white men didn't even like they women built like that, bro. They
Exactly. They
didn't
like
even like they like the little thin pencil bullshit.
pencil. Hey, man, you read the mind. You read my mind. That's what they want. The pencil. Yeah, they want the pencil, man. They want the pencil built woman.
Man, these bras, man, when I was in junior high, man, they wanted to throw up. The sister was eating a meal. Sister was built. The Caucoid woman, and I'm not shading or dropping any prejudice or anything like that. I'm just telling the truth, man. When I was coming up, they was throwing up their food. They went to the bathroom, I put on a pound. I'm gonna throw up. We throw up
Yeah,
my
they
food. I'm like,
they
so
already got
now,
anorexia. Yeah, that came with them Caucasian women, anorexia, and
yeah.
he came up with that. Yeah,
Bro, and then all of a sudden now they got thigh meat, titty meat, all kind of shit. And I'm like, but the sister have always been the prototype of that. And some Hispanic women, willing, blessed. It's
even
always
our
been
skinny sisters, even our skinny and petite sisters, when they have children, they breasts are developed
mhm,
and they'll get up behind. They behind to get big from carrying
facts,
children. You know,
facts. So when you see like you was just mentioning, it's crazy because I did a video on video games and how a lot of melanated people are depicted in video games or non-depicted because they don't really include us in a lot of shit.
they
So
don't.
when you see even the black woman that they put in the Street Fighter game, like she wasn't built like Chun Li. Like, bro, they made Chun Li thick as fuck. Like, I'm like, bro,
Exactly.
first of
And
all,
Chinese women built like that in real life. That's
and
crazy. That's
that's
bro.
man,
Average Chinese,
bro,
the average Asian woman, whether they Japanese, Chinese, or Korean, the average Korean woman ain't built like that unless they got body modifications in them. Real talk.
in the '90s, cause in the '90s they had Chun Li thick. You could see. Remember Sega? I know you
Yeah.
remember Sega. Huh?
Yeah.
She had a little thigh meat in there. I mean,
Mhm.
you couldn't really see it, but they knew what they was doing. They was trying to make her thick. And then as the technology grew, PlayStation and shit came out, that she got thicker, thicker. Cammy came through with the ass cheeks clapping out, but
Yup.
it never made any sense because that was the fucking '90s, bro. That was when what I mean. People, motherfucking white people, was doing blow and fucking skinny. They wanted to be bony, bro. They wanted to
Right.
be skinny, bro. They like the
Yeah.
skinniest they could be, and it's just like they never ever depicted a black person on video games, man. Like how they depict the white, the counterparts, our counterparts, man. And it was kind of strange to me, man, because you kind of get hypnotized, act a little bit. You kind of like, damn, well, Chun Li is built like a sister. That's all I see in a video game. So you start gravitating to that. Even with the dudes, I'm not saying it ain't no buff Cockaway dudes, but did they not make Ryu and Ken and all these other characters super buff?
Yeah,
Even the
like
Dragon
Zangief.
Ball,
Yeah, Zangief, like
the
7 foot tall.
that's
Built
what
like
I'm
the damn
saying.
Sasquatch. You know?
But they didn't ever depict a black man like that. He had to be some other shit. He had to be a little boxer. He couldn't be a martial artist. But
Exactly.
they make us fucked up. But they know when we gravitate to their sports, they know we gonna kill it. They know we gonna kill it.
Exactly. Right.
We gonna kill that shit. You know what I mean? So it ain't just the sisters, it's the brothers too. Cause
Mhm.
they put the little fake Mike Tyson dude in that motherfucker in.
Yeah. But Balog, I think, yeah, I know you talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's who was
yeah,
based off of
yeah,
Mike Tyson. Yeah.
yeah. Like make us martial artists too, bro. Like you know what I mean? We enjoy the shit. Martial arts, man. We
Yeah, look
enjoy
at Jim
combat,
Kelly.
man.
Jim Kelly was a damn good martial artist. Michael J. White, damn good
Hmm.
martial artist, man.
Yeah, I got something coming up on him too. It's funny you bring that up, man. So y'all
Okay.
stay tuned for
All
that one,
right.
man. I'm gonna do some in depth with that because that brother
Okay. I'm
don't
gonna
get
be on the
enough.
lookout for that one, brother.
Yeah,
You know, my favorite.
and it's another brother. Um, he's super dope, man. I don't know why he don't get promoted like he should, but I'm gonna do one on him, and I really want people to just start fucking with him, man. His name is Maurice Crump.
Mm-hmm.
Maurice Crump, martial artist, but he's sick as fuck. You know that dude that I think he's I don't know what type of Asian fuck. He does Muay Thai, some
Muay
shit.
Thai, Muay
Muay
Thai.
Thai, yeah. His name is Tony Jaa. You ever heard of him? You ever seen Ani
Yeah,
Bot?
that's the actor that playing the Unc Baka movie. Tony
Yeah,
Jaa,
yeah,
yeah.
he raw as fuck. He got mixed. His teacher, his master, taught the brother Maurice Crump too.
Oh,
Maurice
okay.
Crump is a brother, so they had the same master, so they got similar fighting styles. It's just that Tony Jaa is hella more famous than Maurice Crump. But I want to do something on Crump because you know the brother don't really get the exposure, man. He a brother, you know what I mean? When you in a foreign uh platform like martial artists, they don't think it's a lot. It's another brother from Brazil too. He got locks, and Tony Jaa fought him too.
All right.
He does jiu-jitsu, I believe. He does the Brazilian shit and Caparella, I believe. And I want to do one on him. He a brother. He nice as fuck too, tall too. So a lot like they just don't get the credit because they look at martial arts as just like a white and Asian thing. You know what I mean? They get the
Exactly.
credit for that. And his brothers on there, so I definitely want to give them brothers some shine and some showcase and shit. So just
Right.
those should be out in the future, man. Check them out, man.
Okay.
Because we doing big things, man. When we get into sports, we want to learn. When we get into people's shit, into their culture, we really want to learn. We
Oh
we
yeah.
we gonna do that. Like you said with John White, like we ain't gonna have do it. You know the brother like ain't he like a black belt?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He
He
like
he
he
a
like
black belt.
hella different color belts, I believe.
Oh
Wesley
yeah.
Snipes, I believe. He's certified. I know for sure Wesley Snipes certified. I think he black belt too or something in karate. I think, but we don't look at Wesley Snipes as somebody like that. You know what I mean? As a martial artist, but he really is. He's certified, man. And
Oh yeah. He
when we
is. I remember watching this movie
yeah,
back in the days. He was kicking a lot of ass back in them movies. You know.
you seen him
Doing it real
blade,
life.
man. The
Right.
brother know how to fight. The
Oh yeah.
brother know
He
how to
definitely
fight.
knew the fuck.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to convey, man, is that you know when a melanated person get into people's shit, we don't half-ass the shit. We really want to learn. We get into that shit. I want to learn the end. We want to learn the ins and out of martial arts and all that shit and
Right.
boxing and all that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's why we are highly successful at a lot of things that we do because we don't half-ass do it. We transform basketball. We
Agree.
transformed
Agree.
basketball, bro. We motherfucker. We took basketball from one of probably the boringest shit to
Mm.
now we got Ja, Kobe, um, shit, Zion, Jordan.
Oh yeah. We got a lot of
It's
that. man. The 90s, man, just the 80s and 90s alone, brother. Man, the Jordan era back in the 90s, man, me, my brother, and my cousin, we all had Chicago Bulls starter jackets for one Christmas. That's what we had got back in the day when we was children in the 90s. We all got starter jacket, Chicago Bulls starter jacket. That was the thing back in the 90s. Them starter jackets. I'm sure you remember them starter jackets, bro.
Yeah, no, I had one. I had a Bulls and a Lakers one.
Oh, okay. That's what's
Bulls
up.
and Lakers. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing back in the 90s.
I was a Jordan fan, man. I was a Jordan fan until Kobe came. Then Kobe came, and then I was like, nah, I like both because I like the fact that Kobe was imitating Jordan. You know what I mean? It's more flattery though, and I felt like, in my opinion, I felt like Kobe just exceeded. I wouldn't say exceeded, but just slightly better than Jordan. Just my opinion. I mean, Jordan the GOAT, he the prototype, but I felt like Kobe with the footwork, he just did some other things. He went out there and battled. You got to look at some old Kobe Bryant tapes on YouTube and some highlight reels, and you can on some highlight films and see the way he battled. Like he's there for me. But I know a lot of people gonna say Jordan, though. You know what I mean? And I can't fight that.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna say Jordan, for nostalgia reasons, maybe. And that he's like the pinnacle, but Kobe is definitely on top tier. Kobe, he's definitely top tier because he's been in the game since as a young man, as a teenager. He been at it. He been at it.
Yeah, 17 years old, man. I believe he came in.
Young man,
17 to 18. Yeah. He was young, man. Now you got the LeBron and shit, man. LeBron about to hit 40, man, and been in the league for 20 years.
True. And
20 years.
At least 40, when they hit 40, that's time to hang up the jersey.
Man, 20 years though, bro.
Even in football, who the best running backs? Black men. We'll be good quarterbacks too, but in my opinion, I think the reason why they trying to fight for black men not to be quarterbacks because that's a leadership position. You see, these coaches, they don't like taking orders from a black person.
Coach too. I think we have the lowest coaching staff. It's only it's only like a few melanated coaches, and then they not as successful as the counterpart. The Caucoid. The Caucasians usually have a stacked team. Same in the NBA though. I mean, it's getting better, but you're starting to see a lot of former players become coaches. Like Doc Rivers, he used to be a player and now he's a coach, and he's a pretty solid coach. Shit like that. But everybody know that Phil Jackson, he was that triangle offense and shit. He was killing with that.
Mm-hmm.
He was killing with that. I mean, I can't lie, man. Yeah, we got like 10 rings, 8, 9 rings.
Sure, that's a lot of rings.
But he had Kobe and Shaq though, and Jordan. That's how he won them though.
Oh yeah, he had a good squad.
That's what I'm saying. They be giving us little shitty players and shit. When a brother running the team, they don't give us no weapons. But you're right though, because when people think of quarterback, they think Montana and Tom Brady and shit.
Troy Aikman,
Mm-hmm.
He was a big thing back in the 90s, the Dallas Cowboys. Troy Aikman, man, Troy Aikman this, Troy Aikman that. The concussion master. Every time you get the concussion, boy, he be all hurting and stuff.
It's Brady now. It's Brady. Yep. I think he retired. Yep. I think he retired though. Mm-hmm. Did he retire? Came back, didn't he?
I think he did. Because I think Brett Favre, he retired too, because he old too, Brett Favre.
Yeah, he was the talk of the town, man. Motherfuckers was always talking about him.
Yeah, Brett
Favre, this, Brett Favre, that, all that shit, man. Who's your squid? Who you be rooting for?
Who I be rooting for football? I really don't watch football like that. I don't be into sports like that. But if I go over to somebody's house and they're watching, I watch the game with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It start kind of looking like some slave plantation shit about now. Is it starting to look like that?
And what I don't like about sports, what makes me bad, they rig them sports. I hate how they rig them sports, man. I'd rather let the teams play natural, let the best team win. We know, that some of these games be, especially around the playoffs, it be rigged. And the owners don't give a damn because they billionaires. They filthy rich. They got so much money. They great grandchildren ain't gonna be able to spend all that money. That's how filthy rich these football team owners is. But I don't like how sports is rigged. I hate that, man, that sports be rigged. Let the teams play naturally, man. Let the best team win. Without all this politics and all that in football and basketball. That's what makes me mad about it.
Bro, I don't understand. I don't understand why LeBron and Chris Paul, why they don't just make their own league. Why don't they just get the millions and make a league?
That'd be awesome for them. They could do it too. They got the resources.
They got the money. You know, Ice Cube got his shit. You know, Ice Cube got his shit, right? The big three.
Oh, okay. He got him.
Yeah, Ice Cube got league.
All right.
Yeah, the big three. I'll be watching that shit.
Okay.
It'll be on YouTube. Yeah, this type of big three. That's Ice Cube shit. I mean, he got some other partners that went in with him, but it's mainly Ice Cube shit, though.
Yeah, Ice Cube evolved, man. That's one brother that evolved. Say he went from being a gangster rapper, he became a movie producer. He played in a few movies, and now he's doing other avenues. Like you just say, he got the big three. A sports team. Oh yeah, he evolved.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to hang it up, my brother.
All right.
Yeah, you got some final words, man?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, you enjoy the rest of your day, brother, man. Thank you for having me on the panel. Shalom and blessings to everybody in the chat room. Y'all have a blessed day, evening. Y'all be safe out there, man. Take it one day at a time. Strive and thrive in Babylon. That's what I tell people. I'm just striving and thriving, just striving and thriving. Right. Real talk.
Hey, don't Pete, where can people find you, man? What you got going on? I wish that other brother was up here, man, so he can tell people where he at, man. And what's your handle on here? You got any businesses? What's going on with you?
On here. I just do content, man. I'm all over the place when I do content. Sometimes I do scriptural stuff. Sometimes I talk about certain issues. Sometimes I do gaming streams when I'm playing PS4 because I'm a gamer,
Awesome. I like channels that do different shit too, man. I like that.
Yeah, multifaceted.
I try to do different shit too, man. I like doing the same shit. I like the stream we had today, man, was powerful because we talked about everything, bro. Talked about everything.
I got some books I gotta read. I got some comic books I gotta catch up on reading because I do that too. I do reviews on certain comic books and books, man. It's so, you see, like I tell people, 24 hours. It's not a lot of, you want to do so much stuff, but 24 hours is not a lot of time because most of us, we give our time to our jobs and schooling, that's just how society is. And when you get out of school or get off of work, you be burnt out. You got to, eat supper, freshen up, but 24 hours ain't a lot of hours, because you have so much ideas and stuff you want to do, so much plans, it's just gotta, you get to it when you get to it. That's the way I see it. You get to it when you get to it.
You got the comic book, you say comic book reviews or?
Well,
like they review?
Sometimes I review because like if I buy a comic book, I do an unboxing video, because I did brought a couple of black comics off of Amazon. I think I shared I did that on one of my streams. I shared one of my unboxing videos.
I probably missed that, man. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I like comic books. I'll be talking about that over here too.
Yeah,
definitely. Don't forget to drop your link, man, so people could find you and all that.
Or be a moderator, they could just click on my name and go to my channel. Be a mod, But I'm gonna still drop my link in there though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if if the UK Yaki's still out there, man, you can come back up and if you want. I'm about to get ready to closer.
I yield.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
been
He versed, man. He know his shit. He know his shit.
oh yeah, exactly. I give him his props, man. He be going in on them Hamites too. That's what we know him for. Back when he come to our platforms, yeah, he be like, oh yeah,
This the first time I seen him. You familiar with him? I never
oh
seen him.
yeah, oh yeah. I think I've
Oh,
been
he be on.
he be coming to my platform and some of the other people I
Oh,
fellowship with platform. He be coming to our platforms for at least 2 or 3 years by now, probably longer than that. Because I've been
oh
doing
no.
content for at least 4 years, at least going on 5 years, most high willing. You know, yeah.
Okay, so that might be how he probably found me or shit. I'm gonna tap in with him, man. I didn't cause that was the first time I seen him.
Oh,
I
okay, yeah,
seen him in the
he
chat and
cool.
shit. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No. He saying he cool. He got his knowledge up, man. He up to par, man. That's what's up.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. I appreciate everybody that came out tonight or this evening. I think it's like 2. But I appreciate everybody that came, tapped in with me. It was pretty long. I didn't want to go too long. I wasn't expecting anybody to show up, but man, these conversations be dope. I didn't have anything going today because shit, it's a holiday. Shit, I don't really celebrate, so that's why I was up here.
A free day off. That's the way I look at it. A
Shit,
free day
I,
off.
I, shit for real. So I'm well rested. But the homies and shit's cooking and shit, so I'm gonna go grab some of their food. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't make shit nothing special today. But I definitely appreciate everybody that come, man, because y'all make the show, and Realist too, man, for participating. Um, y'all make the show, man. It's not just the people that's talking. It's the people that's keeping the shit active in the chat
Right,
and
right.
just wrenched up talking and keeping it moving, man. I know it's like I said, it's a holiday, and I know a lot of people's with their family and all that shit. But I highly appreciate everybody, and I got much love for everybody. And over here, everybody' opinion is respected. Disrespect mine, and I'm definitely gonna respect yours, man. Like I said, the UK, he down pat. He got his shit down pat, man. I respect how he feel on shit, and that's cool. Cause there's a lot of Afro Americans out here that feel exactly how he feel. So I respect that. Hopefully, I could see more of them come through. Show some love. I'm gonna tap in with you on your shit. I want to see some of them comic book reviews, man. I love that comic book shit, man. I'm a nerd too. I like weapons and shit too, but YouTube will get you for that, man. I like to talk about,
Yeah.
armory and melee combat weapons and shit, but I don't know how YouTube would feel about that if I start talking about that, man. I like to buy a couple little toys and shit to play with in the back, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm trying to you ever shot a bow and arrow? Like that recurve?
Bow and arrow?
The recurve?
No, I never shot a bow and arrow before.
Beautiful. It's so
Now I would
beautiful.
like to learn though. I would like to learn how to use a bow and arrow though. You
I
know,
feel like I feel like my ancestors, bro. I feel like
bro.
yeah. I just buy. So I got like I bought that little. You can see it. I bought the little bow gun, powerful
Oh,
bow
okay.
gun. It's on the it's in the videos. It's on the shorts. You can check it out. And man, that little shit could do some damage. You kill like a little raccoon or something with it.
Dang.
Like a
Yeah, I
little. It's
got a
that
slingshot.
powerful.
I
It's
bought me a
shit. It might be.
slingshot from San Antonio. It was from one of the little stores. It's a little slingshot, and it got the little beads. Yeah, I bet you it'll do
Mm,
some damage to a bird if I shoot a bird with it.
yeah. I'm just shooting shit and stuff. And, I'm like, I'm not trying to get YouTube on me, but promote death and all that shit. You know how YouTube is. But I just had got the recurve. The bigger. It's like a traditional looking bow,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like one of those high tech bows and shit. And
All
man,
right.
I tell you, I'll tell you, man, if you ever want to like feel like you in the wild and just get a taste of how the ancestors was living and shit, it's fun. You know, it's fun, man. Just be careful with them bows and arrows and shit.
Oh yeah, them
You know
arrows
what I mean?
ain't no
They
joke.
powerful. Yeah, they
Oh yeah.
powerful. But yeah, they fun. You know that's the type of shit. You know, I like talking about that. You know, firearms and protection and shit like that, man. Because our nation, I don't think we know what type of danger, you know, that we really in, and the type of protection that we need. You know, because I'm a katana collector too, so I
Hold
like
up. Yeah, I
swords.
like swords too. I like swords too.
Yeah, I got a gang of them, man. I got a
Straight up,
gang of
bro.
them, man. Samurai, all that shit. Whatever type of katana, man, I got it. Daggers, pocket knives, all that shit, man. I don't know who's all into that type of shit, but
I
that
got a few pocket knives. I want to
I
go get me a big knife though. I probably go I seen they sell them on Amazon like them Rambo knives, them big boy knives.
yeah, yeah. I need to get me a new one, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
give me a new one.
I got a machete, you know.
Yeah, I got two of those.
Yeah, I got a
I was like,
machete.
fuck it,
It with a it was like a camping set. It came with a machete, a fire starter, and a compass.
got it, got it right here. I got the fire starter right here. It got like you got like it got like that wax shit on the end, and then they got the striker on the other end of some shit.
Yeah, you talking about for the fire starter?
Yeah, like some type of wax or something on the end, or some type
I
of
think
oil,
so. Yeah, I have to look at it,
or
man. But
it's
I
like a
can't.
wax or something. Yeah, so like you just, and then the other end is like a striker. You hit the shit like real hard, and then it strike up, it
Oh,
spark
okay.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still not too like handy with it, but I bought that for like $2 and shit.
Yeah, they
I could
sell
get
it,
the
you know.
fire. I get the fire, man. The spark. I get the starter, the spark. I just can't. Like I don't know if I'm using like what type of twigs and shit you got to use or some shit or leaves. Like I don't know. It's not. It don't just get on fire like it's supposed to. Like, but I could spark this shit. I'm just not all the way good with the shit yet. I might have to
Yeah.
practice with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I got it though. I got it. It got a little whistle and shit on it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, because I seen a
Well,
YouTube short. It was like a bamboo gun. It was like a bamboo slingshot. That was dope as hell. It was like a bamboo gun, like out of bamboo, and it had like some wooden bullets, some wooden bamboo bullets. And he shot that can bust wide open.
mm,
Yeah, it's a little YouTube short I came across today. It's a bamboo slingshot made out of bamboo. It was shaped like a gun too. And what he did, he pulled like the little cord back and he loaded the little wooden bullet in and he shot that can. Pow!
mm.
I said, I want one of
Yeah,
those. I'd like to find one of those. You know.
bro, they did. They got all that shit, man. Like online, you get all that shit online. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You can get all that little shit, man. I'm telling you, get them little shit. You get a bow gun. They got different kind of bow guns too. They got some strong bow guns that just go right through. It can put literally a hole in your fence. A bow gun, just depending on how you aim that shit, like a hole in the fence.
Yeah.
It's crazy as fuck. I just wasn't expecting that type of power. Popped it off. That shit went through the fence. I was like, these motherfuckers is nice. Y'all better start, man, investing, bruh. Y'all better start stocking up, man, while you can. For the internet shit shut down, and you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
ain't gonna be able to get all this shit. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm saving up for some armor next. I'm gonna need some armor and some other shit. You know, I ain't gonna disclose online, but I would really highly suggest that the nation get ready though for anything. Just for protecting your family and even yourself.
Right.
Mo should always be ready. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that was here. Y'all have a great day. Y'all be safe out there. Shalom, Ak, man. You have a good one, man, and blessings to your family, man.
Shalom.
Barak, man.
All right.